Okay, guys, hope you're well. We're going to be trading late at night. It's 11 o'clock UK time. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking to see if it's feasible to find a trade after hours. And away we go. Why am I doing this? Well, let me just kind of flick it over. It's because I've been doing a little bit of work tonight. If we go to Ask Scruff, there was a great question here asked by Casper. Little salute to you. And I always feel obliged to answer them. So I've been doing the video and these guys get to see it straight away. If it's public, well, you've got to wait. Get released in a few days' time. But all the members get to see it straight away, as they do with my trades. Now, when it comes to the trades, if I go back to the clinic in the market updates, I've already started putting this in. This is what we're going to be trading. We're going to be trading the US 100. This was put in just now. I'll put the bigger version up, just so you can see it. I've got a couple of minutes before it opens. So let me just pull this down and I'll kind of explain it. What it's telling me is the deeper trend, which is the big picture. It's pretty much range bound. I'll show you that in a moment. But it's still showing signs to buy this thing. All right. And it's a B trade, so it's pretty darn good. And as you can see, it was updated 5 to 11 tonight. You know, and here we are having a little bit of a chat. I should be able to see down the bottom corner. We're coming on to 11 o'clock now. So let me just push that out of the way. Don't so much need it just yet, but I'll be coming back to that. Right. So as you can see, the daily is pretty much range bound. You know, it's running across here, but it's pulling against this section. So we're going to drop it down here. Right. It's just coming on now. So it's pulling this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a fib on this because I want to see it. All right. Now that runs through and it looks like all of these sections here, as you can see, are decent target points. Okay. Right. So that we know it's working against. But from an hourly perspective, it's running on this. So I'm going to drop a fib onto that as well for what's called entry exits. Now it's just starting the market now. Just coming in. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop a few markers on this. And I'm going to be looking to buy it. All right. So I'm going to buy any of these levels. So it looks like it's pushing down. And I want to follow the market. So I'll be going from the 61 downwards. Okay. And I'll be looking for it to get higher. All right. So there's the opening move coming in here. So let me just drop in a quick order while we talking. Let me just get that up there. Just drop that in for now. Okay. So I'm going to drop it down onto a 5 minute because this might actually pop in as we speak. Drop that down to there. And then we're going to run this up to probably about here. Now that's 36 pips. Now the sheet itself was looking for in and around, right, we're in. Looking for about 39, I think it was. But we're not going to tempt fate. So that is there. 39 pips is what it's worked it out. Now that's based on an ATR. All right. Right. I'm quite happy with this. I can see where I'm going with it. Quite happy with the target up here. That'll be fine. Okay. Right. So let's just step this out a little bit. So I'm going to go to here. This is kind of what's called a +1. And what you'll see is there was a gap that hasn't been filled. So that's in my eye shot. But I'm also really looking not so much at that gap, because what you can do with that is this. I don't really care about gaps. All this bollocks about it's an imbalance and they have to be filled and all of that. not so much anymore. Just do it like that, and now it becomes a normal trade. Okay. Now what else we can do is we can have a look to see where the pivot is and how well the market is reacting against it. Well, the pivot is here, that 50, and it's holding above it. So again, it's adding weight to it, goes to the upper side. Now it's going against me a little bit. In fact, it's going against me quite a bit. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not, you know, not really. So now what I'm going to do is on my other screen, I'm going to put in some staged entries because why not? Okay, I can see the swing point on a 15-minute. So if you just pull that back out to a 15-minute, you're looking kind of around this area. So maybe take it down to here. So I'm going to go from black line to black line, and if it runs 500 or 600 quid against me, it's not a major issue. Not on this account, it's not. Okay, up there. I'm gonna just draw that in. That's it. Right. So that wants to be there. And then we're going to target up here. Okay. So that's where one is. And then I'm going to put another entry below it. Okay. Which is about here. And I'm going to drop that in as well. All right. So I'm ready. It's close to the bounce points. So I'm happy with that. Kabump, kabump. And then away we go. So I can get rid of that because I can see all the entry criteria. And what I needed to do is get to here. All right. Gets to there. I'm more than happy. All right. So let me just carry on with that. Now I've got them in place. So as I was saying, it's pulling against that and it's pushed up, but it's holding above the pivot. That's telling you that there's an upward push in this. Bring it onto the hourly. You can see it a little bit more defined, comes down, and it's now pulling against this, which is where those entry exits are. Strong directional drive, pulling up, and again, it's holding above the pivot. So I've got two data samples that are telling me that this thing's going higher. Take it into 15 minutes so I can see exactly what's going on. Well, if it's running against all of this and pulling down on itself, look at the tails. Massive tails to the bottom, all pushing up. They might be red, but they're not really fighting torque. The pressure is that way. So here, for it to revisit the top of this is a reasonable target. And that's where this all comes into it. That's just a stab in the dark. Let it push up. Bing, bang, boo. Job's done. All right. And then you can just go down into 5 minutes. Keep half an eye on it. And then again, you can see the DNA of those candle wicks, which are around here. The green, big body greens, not so big on the red. Big body green, small red, big body, little bit of a thump, and it's a reset. And what happened? Look at the tails. Tails are massive. Okay, so it's pushing back up that way. So if I'm going to monitor this and keep half an eye on it, it's not a problem at all. I'd like to get these in, but if I don't, it's not a big issue because each position is individual. It's now running for me, quite happy. So let's play this out and see how we get on. So, good morning, boys and girls. So, last night, set this up and let it play out so long, then went to bed because it might be a shocker. I'd been up since God knows what, and I had no sleep, and I needed to sleep with a winker. But everything was in place. So, what happened? Well, let's have a look. Well. Just drop this back onto an hour. As you can see, nothing's happened. You know, all it did, dipped down, and it has stayed inside the trading arena. Had it all planned out, and I did actually watch it on my phone, so I know what the outcome is. There's no tickets, no orders. Bash. Dropped in a couple of orders, and if you look at this bit, you might think, well, hold on a second here. One of them's little, one of them's big. What happens on my sheet if you look at it? Let me show you. At least I will when I switch this thing on. Give us a sec.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Oh, there's Alexa says she doesn't know how to help you with that. Well, you better help me with that, girl.
I have to turn her off.
I have to turn her off. Right. One of my rules is this. When it hits 200 quid, quit. It hit 200 quid, so quit. Didn't need the hassle. So, what's the moral of the story here? It was about planning, taking what it was willing to give, and using the waves of the market effectively to get paid. Now, some people might say that's a fluke. The difference is, for the last 6 years, pretty much every single day on YouTube that I've been doing this, you've seen me do it. So tell me, is that luck? Or is that planning? Who knows? I was lucky once. I really was. Lucky with her. She married me. Oh, that's sweet.
It is?
Is it?
Yeah.
You were unlucky though, weren't you?
Hello.
So, there you go. Hope that helps. And as always, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.